Yes, now Redmond's Army. By the way, make sure you are subscribed and you click that subscribe button to join the Redmond's Army. Anyway, Liverpool have just drew their Champions League round of 16 opponents, which I am now here. Well, you'll already know by the title of the video, but I am now here to announce to you. And I'm just trying to offer to you, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. We got Leipzig. I'll take Leipzig as well. I will let you know as the other fixtures, but my opinion's on Leipzig. Listen, the team that knocked out Manchester United into the Europa League, yeah man, because it kind of rubs salt into the wounds a little bit more, doesn't it, of any United fans? And no offence if you're a United fan and watching this video, but you are diabolical, and that demonstrates because you're in the Europa League. But no, all jokes aside, people, I think it actually could have been a lot worse. I do feel like we have a good chance of beating Leipzig. One, because they're good enough to the point where you shouldn't underestimate them. Yet, they still have defensive susceptibilities, and even though they have great centre-backs like Konate and Upamecano, the way they play, they are susceptible to getting goals in. And if we can just have our strongest 11 for that game, and obviously we find out the news of Jota being out, but he should be back in and around that time of the Champions League game, as well as players like Thiago, because even though Thiago hasn't had any updates on when he's back, there was a picture on his Instagram that I'm picking at anything, but there was a picture on Thiago's Instagram and he reshared this fixture being announced, and it was basically like a graphic of him being on the screen and stuff like that. But I'm just trying to offer to you, there'll be more players available by the time it gets to Leipzig. So even though right now we have some concerns when it comes to the attacking aspect, Mane's out of form, Salah, even though he's scoring, he's still not making the biggest of impacts. Firmino's finding his feet again, but you know what I'm saying? You know, when you put all these into factors, by then, hopefully, Salah will be back into form, Mane will be back into form. We know that these players work so hard to a point where it wouldn't be normal if they didn't have a drop-off. Now, maybe I'm making an easy excuse for them, but by the time it gets to February and we play Leipzig, I feel like that we could be in a better position than what we're in now. Also, we won't have the big flood of fixtures like we've had recently, and what we will have going forwards with December being now and also January on the horizon. So I'm confident about the fixture. Obviously, if we get any more injuries closer to the time and our squad's depleted, then the opinion might change. But I feel like in terms of how we play and how Leipzig play, I think we can beat Leipzig. I don't know what you think. Let me know in the comments down below. But I just want to say to you, we can beat them. We can beat them, especially across two legs. Who's the best team in the world over the past couple of seasons across two legs? Excuse the Atletico game, you can blame Adrian for that. Other than that, strongest 11, who's the best team? We beat Bayern Munich, by the way, so don't even say Bayern Munich. And you can say, oh, but that was before they were as good as they are now. No, they were still smashing it now. We were just boss. That's why they got knocked out. Mane teared them. Alisson with the through ball pass teared them. Liverpool across two legs in the Champions League are just different gravy, and let me tell you why. I think it's because Jurgen Klopp implements a certain sort of factor when it's the Champions League than when it's the Prem. When it's the Prem, he gets them motivated, but when it's the Champions League, it's like the players don't even need the manager to motivate them. It's like they've just got that instilled into them. Now, yes, like I said, they messed up against Atletico Madrid. That really probably damaged us on possibly going on for a fantastic double in the Premier League, the quickest ever time to win the Premier League, and then going on to win the Champions League as well. One of the greatest Premier League teams that you could ask for still would be the champions of England and champions of Europe. So when you put all that into context, I am, of course, confident for this fixture, mate. Of course I am. But as for the full draw, because I still haven't talked about who the other teams drew and stuff like that, Borussia Mönchengladbach are playing Manchester City. Lazio are playing Bayern Munich. Atletico Madrid versus Chelsea, which will be very interesting. Porto versus Juventus. This will be probably one of the biggest ones as well. Barca versus PSG. Sevilla versus Dortmund. I'm kind of happy we avoided Sevilla. Just something about Sevilla and Klopp, it's never gone well, so I'm happy about that. Atalanta versus Real Madrid also. So I'll actually give me predictions on all of them. So I've gave you who I think will go through with the Liverpool and Leipzig one, and obviously I'm going to go with my team, because why wouldn't I go with my team? So 100% I'm going to go with Liverpool for that one. Borussia Mönchengladbach and Man City. You'd expect Man City, but Borussia Mönchengladbach have shown really good, promising signs this season that they are now a better team than what they've shown in recent years. They're actually a class team. They've got quality within their squad. So I'm not saying they can't get past Man City, but I think Man City will have enough. Lazio, Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich. Us and Bayern Munich, when both teams are fully fit, we've got the best teams. We've got the best squads in world football over the past couple of seasons, so you cannot write Bayern Munich off, and especially no disrespect to Lucas Leiva, no disrespect to Pepe Reina, no disrespect to Luis Alberto, who all play for Lazio, but Bayern Munich should be able to do well in that game and control it comfortably. Atletico Madrid and Chelsea, that's a lot closer than what people are going to be thinking. Luis Suarez and Diego Costa versus Chelsea, but Chelsea have been, especially by then, they're going to be a bit more gelled. They're probably going to have Ziyech back as well. A few big players, when Chelsea, in the next few years, you've got to understand, Chelsea, in my opinion, will be serious. I don't know if they're going to contend this season. In fact, I'm actually leaning more towards Atletico than Chelsea, just because they are more seasoned, and I just think they'll look at Chelsea and they will be confident that they can win that game. And I think they'll go into that game the favourites. So, I'm going to go with Atletico. Porto and Juventus. Can't look past Juventus. Cannot look past Juventus. Ronaldo, you don't know how many more seasons Ronaldo's got in the Champions League. I mean, I'm not saying this is his last season, of course. I believe he can do for the next 3 or 4, but you never know when it's going to be his last season in the Champions League. So, definitely got to win every game you can, in Porto is one that they should be winning, and thankfully Liverpool never got Porto again. We've got them a few years on the bounce. Barcelona and PSG, it's a bit of a weird game, that, because PSG haven't been fantastic this season, but neither have Barcelona. That being said, I do think Barcelona will have more quality than PSG on the day in terms of an overall team ethic, so I think they'll have enough to beat PSG. Sevilla Dortmund, again, like I said, happy to not really get any of those teams. I'll say Sevilla. And Dortmund have been one of them. They lost 5-1 the other day. Who was it to? I can't remember who it was to. It might have been Stuttgart, but I might be wrong there. But they lost 5-1. But don't get me wrong, they haven't had a bad season overall. They just don't look vintage Dortmund. So I think Sevilla will be motivated for that game. And finally, Sevilla are through to the next round of the Champions League and not just back in Europa League, you know what I'm saying? So Atalanta versus Real Madrid. Atalanta, the team that obviously came up from our group stage. Real Madrid have been shaky. Listen, you can't. I'm going to say Atalanta. Do you want me to tell you why? I understand they're not the favourites, but if I'm just going to come out and try and choose one for fun, I'm choosing Atalanta to beat Real Madrid. Real Madrid nearly never made it out of the group stage with friggin' Shakhtar and who else? Like some other teams, like they were losing games, man. They were losing games, and I think Atalanta, especially when they're away from home, when they're at that Bernabeu, mate, they're going to be motivated. Obviously, Real Madrid will probably slap them up when Atalanta are at home, but other than that, I think Atalanta can do well in that game, especially if Real Madrid still have some similar problems than what they've had recently. But people, that will be the end of this video. Be sure you leave a like and you subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you think of the Champions League. You're all very, very interested to hear your thoughts. Also, hopefully, YouTube won't be bloody going down while this video's uploaded, because earlier today it was shut down, weren't it? So that's annoying. If you haven't saw my recent video talking about yesterday's game against Fulham, make sure you go and check that out. And yeah, people, thank you for watching and peace out.